A fraud of monumental proportions, a deception so vast it has become the largest electoral fraud in Latin American history. This is the legacy of Nicolás Maduro, who, against popular support, declared himself the victor of Venezuela's election. The key points to understanding why Maduro committed this colossal fraud are not difficult to grasp. They are the tactics of a regime desperate to cling to power, ready to manipulate the very fabric of democracy to ensure its survival. Firstly, Maduro faced potential legal consequences if he lost power. Charges for crimes against humanity loomed over him like a dark cloud. His involvement in drug trafficking was also a ticking time bomb, with extradition a very real possibility. To evade these threats, Maduro chose to rig the vote. Secondly, Maduro's regime, bolstered by allies such as Russia, China, and Cuba, aimed to perpetuate its corrupt practices. The regime's fraudulent election win was an attempt to maintain this power, to continue its reign of corruption unchallenged. Thirdly, the entrenched power structure created by Maduro's regime is a significant challenge to dismantle. It is deeply rooted in various sectors of Venezuelan society, making any transition of power a complicated endeavor. Finally, the fraudulent election results were a clear attempt to silence the voice of the people. Edmundo González Urrutia, who the people supported, was overshadowed by the regime's manipulation. In summary, Maduro committed this fraud to avoid legal consequences, to maintain his regime's corrupt power, to keep the entrenched power structure intact, and to silence the voice of the people. The implications of this fraud are far-reaching. It not only undermines the democratic process, but also fuels political turmoil and increases repression in Venezuela. The international community's skepticism over the election results further isolates Venezuela, leading to strained relationships with countries like the US, the UK, and others. But perhaps the most significant implication is the message it sends to the world. It is a stark reminder that the fight for democracy and freedom is far from over. It is a call to action for all who value these principles, to stand up against such blatant disregard for the democratic process, and to ensure that the voice of the people is never silenced. This is the story of Maduro's fraud, a tale of corruption, power, and a desperate attempt to cling to control. It is a sobering reminder of the lengths some will go to maintain power, even at the expense of the very people they are supposed to serve.